Let me give you some updates. I think maybe Lawyer for Workers did it. Let me see.
The YSL trial is underway. Let's watch this from the judge.
You may think you know a little bit about this case, but it would be a violation for you to discuss this case amongst yourselves while you're sitting here, while you're going to the bathroom, when you get released to go to your vehicles, in small groups, when you come home, when you're coming in, when you're going up the elevator. It would be a violation for you to discuss this matter until such time as I authorize you to do that. Now, you're probably saying, he'll never know. Bump him. Oh, I find out because people tend to snitch on one another. And then, I didn't ask you all for your comments. Ms. Fagan?
Did he say people tend to snitch on each other? You could tell even the judge don't respect these niggas. By the way, he's the trial judge for a case that got 20 snitches. And he even called the niggas. I thought snitch was a derogatory term. Even the judge is calling them snitches. Come on. I bet nobody gonna slide on the judge. I bet nobody gonna slide on the judge. I bet nobody gonna slide on the judge.
It's very unprofessional. But people tell on one another.
The judge knew he messed up, and he responds by lashing out at the people who are responding to him messing up. As a judge, you're supposed to be impartial. You're not supposed to be signaling to the jury in any way, shape, or form how you come out on the ultimate question, which is the guilt of the defendants. In your first couple of statements to these jurors, if you use the word snitch and then you start saying things like, hey, you know, people tend to snitch. It happens. It always comes out. What are you suggesting? You're suggesting that in a case where cooperators are present, that's an indication of it should not happen. You should not use that word. He knows he's not supposed to use that word. I hope that the defense is actively, I can't believe it did that. I really hope the defense is actively employing attorneys who are constitutional lawyers, people who look at due process, people who consider issues like how do you present a trial with this many witnesses to a jury? How do you present a trial where this much information has been leaked out to the media by the prosecutors on purpose? How do you present a trial when so much of the evidence is extracted under the threat of infinite detention, indefinite detention? How do you go forward with the trial when in just the first couple of statements to jurors, the judge is out here talking about, hey, people always snitch? I hope that there are constitutional lawyers and scholars being employed by the defense looking at these issues. We'll follow along with the rest of the YSL trial. Snitching, just go ahead, throw that word. The YSL trial.
Even the judge is banging on the snitches. What's this?
Jury selection starts in the YSL trial today. There's one question that they won't ask these jurors, and they should. I don't know, maybe they'll ask. But basically, how you pick a jury, notice goes out to all the potential members of the jury pool, citizens of the county. They all show up in the court. Then groups of 20 or 30 will go into a specific room, and they'll be asked questions by the judge on both sides. Here's the question that I would ask them. Hey, the state, they've mentioned that they have about 300 witnesses. In my experience, it's going to take a couple months. It might even take up to a year before we hear the testimony from all 300 witnesses. And then there's all this other stuff, expert evidence and open. So this is going to take a while. Can you, as a juror, commit that amount of time in your life to sit here and then deliver an impartial verdict? If you ask me, the answer would be fuck no. There's no way. I can't imagine stopping my life for months and months and months, potentially a year, to listen to 300 witnesses testify. In a RICO case, you can't explain the RICO laws to me. I'm a lawyer from Georgetown Law School. And then after all that, issued guilt or innocence, I couldn't do it. I can't imagine. Maybe 3 weeks, maybe a month, okay? 50 witnesses, maybe. And so the question that I would ask is, what are we doing? How do you need or have 300 witnesses to prove a case against the guy? Jury selection starts in the YSL.
All right. Holy shit. All right. Okay, people. YSL, let's get into this a little bit. Let me see. I actually had a list of things I want to talk to today. Oh, we ain't finished yet. Okay, it's all good. Cool. Let's get to the YSL stuff a little bit. YSL judge. This is the judge basically explaining it to potential jurors. I wanted to play this in full, okay?
All right, ladies and gentlemen, can you all hear me? Okay.
So apparently they're bringing in like 100 or 200 jurors at a time. So this is the judge, like not normally at his bench, but he just addressing all the members of the potential jury because they're probably going to do a lot of breakouts and, you know, have the lawyers kind of like ask questions and weed people out. And, you know, they need 12, but to keep it real, you have to realize that there's so many lawyers and also this is such a big case that they're probably going to need like 500 people coming in to wean down to 12. Okay, here we go.
Your day started out something like this. You came here from wherever you live in our great county based on a notice that was probably on your nightstand, your refrigerator, or your junk drawer, or some other place you keep stuff in your house. You took one of means of conveyance to include being dropped off this morning, and then you came here at dark 30, and you came up here to the 7th floor, and you've been sitting around for the day. Is that your kind of experience? All right. I got a notice on my fridge. I'm coming up here to do that on the 12th. So everybody gets called for jury service at some point in time. But jury service, I would submit to you, ladies and gentlemen, is one of the most important things that we do as a citizenry. And the U.S. flag that's behind me is the biggest representation of our responsibility to serve as jurors. There are young men and women who come from every hue and cry, every religious background, who are in all the four corners of the world, ready to give the last full measure so each one of us can feel irritated and have an opinion. So I would just ask that you respectfully kind of keep that in mind or in conjunction with what I'm going to tell you over the next several minutes, okay? This is not a perfect process. If it were perfect, you would have come up here and we would have got started at 9:01. But there's a lot of things that happen behind the scenes of justice that aren't explainable at the time that we're going through them. But rest assured, they're to ensure that each person under our U.S. and Georgia Constitution enjoys a fair trial, a lawful trial, and a just trial. So many of those things happened this morning before you got here, and it just took a little bit longer than what we expected. So you're probably asking yourselves, well, what's going to happen now? You know, we've been here all day long. I'm going to tell you. What's going to happen in just a few minutes is you're going to watch a video that has the instructions for this particular trial that you've been summoned for, as well as the indictment. It's a reading of the indictment. Now, before you all take that apoplectic breath, I'm going to tell you that the total length of time is going to be about 3 hours, 45 minutes. It's like Avatar, but, you know, hopefully you like that.
Stop it!
But in all seriousness, it is going to last about 3 hours and 45 minutes, and we're going to break probably about every hour and 15 minutes and go ahead and let you all take comfort, and then we'll show the rest. Once that is complete, so it's 3 separate, you know, sittings of that particular juror video, you will then be asked to fill out a questionnaire. The questionnaire, once you complete that, then you're done for the day. Only those of you that wish to be examined for hardship, I'll ask you to come back on the 9th of January to courtroom 1C in this courthouse, if and only if you want to be examined for hardship. So the letter that Ms. Von Kelch and her team gave you this morning kind of has some information on it about your juror number. Okay, all right, okay. You're gonna get one, okay? All right, okay. All right, Amy, don't do that to me. All right, so you're gonna get a letter, and your letter will correspond with a number. And then you'll need to call the particular number on this letter, and it will tell you when you need to report. Now, the only people that definitely need to report on Monday the 9th will be those people that want to be examined for hardship. If you don't want to be examined for hardship, then you'll use this letter, and at some point in time, every night Ms. Von Kelch and her team are going to tell you, you need to call after 5 o'clock and check the recorded message line to see whether or not your particular number or group needs to come in. Okay? So That's what's going to happen short term and long term. Now, I know with every group, because I was probably one of them, that kind of thinks this. Well, you know what? My fund meter's pegged, Judge. I'm not coming back on Monday. You can't make me come back. What are you going to do? Well, unfortunately, if you don't come back on Monday, I will send these nice gentlemen who are wearing these gray and black uniforms to come visit you, either at your home or your office, and they will force you to come back, and we'll have a very uncomfortable conversation. Let's not make that a reality. If you want to be examined for hardship, please come back on Monday at 8:30, courtroom 1C, and I and the lawyers will go ahead and hear your concerns as to why it is that you may or may not be able to serve as a juror. Now, you probably ask me, well, can I do that today? Judge, I don't care what time of day it is. I want to be examined for hardship today. I unfortunately can't do that. This space has been rented out for a wedding at 7 o'clock, so I got to get out of here, okay?
What?
No, I'm serious. By the time you all finish the video and we finish you filling out the questionnaires, we're done for the day. I've sucked up as much of your time as I possibly can do for today, and I really appreciate your patience on behalf of Amy Von Kelch and her team in jury services, as well as our advocates, who you'll get a chance to probably talk with a little bit later on. Okay, so just to recap the most important points. Going to see a video. It's going to start pretty soon. We're going to go about an hour and 15 minutes. We're going to stop. You're going to take comfort for those of you who want to take comfort. We're going to do that 2 more times. Once that's complete, you're going to fill out a questionnaire. Once you're finished filling out the questionnaire and you get your letter, which gives you the instructions that I just mentioned, you'll be free to go. If you wish to be examined for hardship.
Okay, he's saying the same thing again. Hold on, let me click on this other one.
Right now, day 1 of jury selection is wrapping up in the Young Slime Life RICO trial. Rapper Young Thug is one of 14 defendants set to stand trial accused of running a criminal enterprise in Atlanta. But we could be waiting months to learn the verdict in this case. Our Bobeth Yates is live at the Fulton County Courthouse now to explain why we're in this one for the long haul, Bobeth.
Yeah, months. I'm told anywhere from 6 to 9 months for this entire process. And it's been a long day for the about 200 jurors that got here early this morning and are still in the courtroom right now for the first day of jury selection.
YSL's founders were Jeffrey Williams, a.k.a. Young Thug, a.k.a. Slime.
Rapper Young Thug was front and center today for the start of jury selection in the Young Slime Life RICO trial.
What?
Ain't this the demon right here? Boy's a demon. Look at him. His lawyer look like this nigga's decrepit, though. This nigga look like old as shit. Thug got the star right here. This nigga says, I will go hard for every drop of blood.
The Young Slime Life RICO trial.
What's going to happen in just a few minutes is you're going to watch a video. A video that has the instructions for this particular trial that you've been summoned for.
The 14 defendants facing trial listened this afternoon as their indictment was read aloud to 200 potential jurors.
YSL is a criminal street gang that started in the late 2012 in the Cleveland Avenue of Atlanta, Georgia. YSL claims affiliation with the National Bloods gang.
The defendants maintain YSL is simply a record label and a...
Wait. Is this a jury? Nah, this ain't a jury. Not. Oh, I don't think. Oh, this got to be the lawyers with their clients. Who the fuck are these people? Or the press? I don't know. Everybody got suits for the most part.
Maintain YSL is simply a record label, and alleged prosecutors are.
Oh, it is. It is. Yeah. It's the defendants with their lawyers. Thug got Brian Steele and a few other people.
Targeting them for their lyrics, which often describe violence in the Cleveland Avenue neighborhood. The judge reading to the potential jurors the criminal charges the defendants face.
While associated with an enterprise, they unlawfully conspire to conduct and participate in, directly and indirectly, such enterprise through a pattern of racketeering activity.
But the day began with a bit of a hitch. Because of the size of the jury pool and the number of defendants, the courtroom could not accommodate the large group. But eventually, a solution was found.
Relocate everybody upstairs to our jury assembly area. You will have seats, but you won't have tables because I don't have those up there.
Now, the jury selection process is expected to take anywhere from 5 to 6 weeks.
What?
I mentioned earlier that 200 jurors were reviewed today. Another 200 will be reviewed tomorrow, and then another 200 will be reviewed on Friday.
600 fucking jurors? So they got 600 jurors at least, might be more, to wean it down to 12. So they have 50 times more jurors than they need.
And those with hardships will get their cases heard beginning on Monday. Of course, we'll keep you updated with all the updates on this case. Sending it back to you guys.
All right, well, Beth, thanks a lot.
Oh, my God. Wow. That's kind of interesting. What y'all saying? Someone said, stay safe in Atlanta for 6 months. Act, you got this. Yeah, I think I should go to Atlanta or not. I mean, I'm not going to Cleveland Ave, so I think I'll be straight. I'm just trying to figure out where the fuck Lil Baby and them rule at, because I'll just avoid that area too. Or who run downtown? Which one of these things run downtown? Wants to act go to the trial. I don't know, man. Y'all see a nigga who I keep calling a demon? He might have a brother in there or something. I'm good. Somebody said, I've been a juror before this shit, but this definitely hits different. Grand says, act, whatever you do, do not go to Atlanta, nigga. Damn. Holy shit. All right. Well, anyway, this is happening. If I don't go, which I'm contemplating going, honestly, but if I don't go, I would like someone who hopefully is a member of the media, hopefully somebody cool, that if you're a journalist or if you're within the area, this is not a conversation for now to have now, but if you're willing to attend the trial every day, give me complete. Well, by the way, it's taped, so I think they allow recording inside the, obviously the news is taping anyway. I need someone there to be on the scene that could give me every little detail, every little nuance. I'll create a paid position and get you on payroll for me if you're down to do that, okay? So any journalist who's going down there, if you're independent, you want to check, holla at Big Act. It could be something that's beneficial for both of us. Or else we're just going to do like how we did Tory shit, just kind of rely on whoever is there. You know what I mean? But if you want to go down there representing the Akademiks brand, you definitely can. Okay. All right, cool. All right. Whoa, this is a lot, bro. This is a lot. Okay, cool. I don't know why I hit a Boston Richard people. They hit me back like, what's good? It's going to be like, I'm on stream, but I don't think, whatever they want to talk about, I don't think Boston Richard people want to talk about on stream. People were asking me, they said, Ak, we want you to